Hello, Janessa Emberson here for week 2 end of week assignment. I thought this assignment was really interesting. So the idea is to pick a hypothetical injury that someone in myself or in my family has recently gotten right now. They need medical care. We don't have a primary care physician and we don't know anybody to ask for recommendations. I had never heard of Hospital Compare before, so I thought that was a really interesting tool to utilize and wish that it had been available to me when I had moved to a new town and needed emergency care. I went with a real town that I had lived in, but a hypothetical injury. So the real town is Ozark, Arkansas, which is where we lived before we moved to Northwest Arkansas area. And it is a very rural town. 2,600 people max, I think, at the last census. So the hypothetical injury that I went with was, say we're moving a piece of furniture and something gets dropped on a hand or something is crushed pretty significantly. There's a little bit of a laceration, so some bleeding, but maybe stitches, maybe not. Maybe the hand's broken, maybe it's not. So it's not a life or death situation, but it does require medical attention. Under that knowledge, I went to Google and said, okay, Ozark, what's close to Ozark? Within 100 miles of Ozark, there's 31 hospitals. So from there, I looked at the closest one, which is the local Mercy Hospital. It's a critical care facility, and it is 2 miles away from the hypothetical place that we moved in Ozark. So that was option 1. Option 2 is 27 miles away, and it's Johnson Regional. That one is located in Clarksville, Arkansas. I gotta make a video. You're gonna sit and make a video, but I have to talk about school stuff. You want to talk about school stuff too?
Yeah.
Okay. So second, we went with Johnson Regional. That is 27 miles away in Clarksville, Arkansas. This one is an acute care facility. Can you go see Daddy? Thank you. Clarksville is an acute care center. Yes. Local Mercy Hospital in Ozark is critical care. The Johnson Regional in Clarksville, 27 miles away, is an acute care hospital. The third one that I looked at is Sparks Medical Center in Van Buren. That one, I actually remember seeing this one when we were moving to Ozark, and I was like, oh, what a nice facility. So I think when I Googled that one, I remembered the name Sparks because it was an interesting hospital name. That one's 36.2 miles away. So 2 miles away, 27 miles away, or 36.2 miles away. Sparks is also an acute care hospital as well. After that, I went to Hospital Compare and used the tools available there. It is, from the information there, all 3 of those hospitals provide emergency care. So good, we need emergency care to look at the crushed hand. The follow-up after that was the most important to me was to look at the patient experiences, and they were all really similar. Everybody, all 3 hospitals had 2.5, 3 stars. They all had a similar wait time. They all had the same, as far as, were you happy with your care? Did your doctor explain everything to you? Did your nurses explain everything to you? Was your aftercare explained? They all had very similar ratings. So at that point, the decision was, is this an injury that's going to take an overnight stay? No. So the local facility, in my opinion, was sufficient. They have electronic lab results available. That's an option if for some reason that was something that was needed. So all of the amenities that I would want from a hospital to feel like I was getting good care is available at the hospital 2 miles away. So ultimately that is the location that would have been selected. They do x-rays. If stitches were needed, they can do that. And because it is labeled as a critical care facility, because it's labeled as a critical care facility, it's due to it being in the rural classification, so it allows them to keep their costs lower. And as someone that would want to support that local community as much as possible, that's definitely the selection that I would make. So thank you for your time, and have a good week, and let's go week 3.